Good day, everyone. Today I will be discussing how language is more than just words and grammar. Language is actually a system of meaning making. So when we communicate, we are not simply combining words and following grammar rules. We use language to create meaning, shape ideas, and connect with others. So language as a meaning making. Language allows us people to first construct ideas, express emotions, negotiate relationships, and shape social realities. For example, the way we speak to a teacher is different from how we speak to a close friend. Why? Because language helps us manage relationships and social roles. So every linguistic choice carries meaning. These choices include first, vocabulary, the words we select, second, sentence structure, how we arrange words, third, tone, the feeling or attitude expressed, fourth, style, the level of formality or creativity as well as the language. So even a small change in wording can completely change the meaning. Meaning is examined at different levels. So we have here four levels. First is the lexical meaning. So these refer to the dictionary meaning of a word, the meaning that a word carries on its own outside of context. So it focuses on the literal definition of vocabulary items. So for example, the word tree refers to a tall plant with a trunk and branches. So lexical, so it can include denotation and connotation. Denotation is the literal dictionary definition, while the connotation is the emotional or cultural associations attached to the word. Second is the grammatical meaning. This refers to how sentence structure affects interpretation. So, for example, the dog chased the boy and the boy chased the dog. So, these words are the same, but the meaning changes because of its, of course, structure. Third, we have is the pragmatic meaning. Pragmatic meaning refers to the meaning of an utterance based on context, not just the literal words used, but what the speaker intends and what the listener understands. So it focuses on how meaning is shaped by situation, relationship, culture, and shared knowledge. So for example, if someone says it's hot in here, lexically it simply describes temperature. But pragmatically, it might mean please turn on the fan. Can you open the window? I'm uncomfortable. So it includes indirect meanings and implied messages. So if a teacher says to a noisy class, do you think this is the right time to talk? The teacher is not really asking a question. Pragmatically, the teacher means stop talking. So, fourth is the discourse meaning. So, discourse meaning refers to meaning that is created across longer stretches of language, such as paragraphs, conversations, speeches, or whole texts, not just individual words or sentences. It focuses on how ideas are connected, organized, and developed to create a complete message. So, for example, consider these sentences. Maria studied very hard for the exam. She passed with the highest score. We understand that she refers to Maria. So this connection between sentences creates coherence, which is part of key discourse meaning. So another key features of discourse meaning is it looks at how sentences are linked together. It examines coherence, the logical flow of ideas, cohesion, the use of connectors like however, therefore, because. So the meaning is not found in one sentence alone, but in how the entire speech is structured. Functions and nature of meaning. Now, language operates through patterns and systems. So, according to the systemic functional linguistic theory developed by M.A.K. Holliday, Language has three major functions. First is ideal function. This function expresses ideas and experiences. It helps us describe events, actions, and situations. Second, interpersonal function. This function builds relationships and expresses attitudes. It shows feelings, opinions, and levels of politeness or authority. Third is the textual function. This function organizes messages clearly and coherently. It ensures that our ideas are connected and understandable. So these three functions work together whenever we communicate. Now let's talk about the linguistics and literature. Let's talk about the connection between linguistics and literature. So, linguistics and literature are deeply connected because both focus on language. Linguistics studies how language works. It looks at the structure of language, such as sounds, words, grammar, and meaning. It explains the rules and systems behind how we communicate. On the other hand, literature shows the creative and artistic use of language. Writers, poets, and playwrights use language not just to communicate information, but to express emotions, ideas, and imagination. So, if linguistics explains the system of language, literature demonstrates how that system can be used creatively. Because of this strong connection, a special field was developed that combines both. This field is called stylistics. Stylistics serves as the bridge between linguistics and literature. It applies linguistic analysis to literary texts. This means it uses the tools and concepts of linguistics to study how literary works create meaning and artistic effects. Stylistics examines how meaning is created through different elements such as imagery, figurative language, syntax variation, sound patterns, and narrative structure. Stylistics helps us understand not just what a text means, but how the meaning and emotional impact are produced. Another important field related to linguistics is discourse analysis. Discourse analysis studies meaning beyond individual sentences. So instead of looking at isolated words or grammar, it examines language as it is used in real life situations. It analyzes different types of text and communications, such as conversations, speeches, media texts. But discourse analysis goes even deeper. It also explores issues like power relations, ideologies, and social identities. Discourse analysis helps us uncover these hidden meanings and understand how language shapes society. So, while stylistics focuses more on literary texts, discourse analysis looks at how language works in social and real world contexts.